FOnline, or also known as FOnline, Ashes of Phoenix, is, for lack of a better term, a mega mod for the classic Fallout games. Taking place in an entirely new world space, it is an online game that really hosts a lot of great big PvP battles, but has a lot of interesting things in the way of PvE and exploration going on for it as well, and it's something I wanted to talk about. And if you don't want to get PvP'd by exploration, make sure to subscribe to the channel now for more Fallout content like this. Actually, about 6 years ago, I started this channel covering my adventures in FOnline, and coming back to Ashes of Phoenix has been a great time, and I do plan on covering all of the servers at some point in a video essay type of situation. So if that's something that you're interested in and you like Fallout, maybe give my channel a try. Now, like most FOnline servers, Ashes of Phoenix is not new. It's been around for quite some time. But what is new is Season 5. This is the 5th season for Ashes of Phoenix, and it wiped just yesterday at the time of posting this video, April 20th, 2021. And that gives a lot of good leeway for people who want to check out something like this, because everything, you know, as it would entail, has been cleared. So everybody's starting from the beginning, so new players aren't going to be totally disadvantaged when it comes to something along the lines of joining the game, like you might in some of the other servers where you're just now joining, but people might have a year or two saved up on you, so you constantly feel like you're not really, you know, getting up to the average of the server. One thing I'd like to say straight off is that this game would probably be best experienced with a couple of your friends. If you have a few friends that wouldn't mind checking out a classic Fallout online experience and they want to do so in this game world, which is, in my opinion, the best of all the worlds when it comes to FOnline servers. They redo everything. The controls are all different. The builds work differently. There's different perks. The map is built from the ground up. The art and direction are fantastic, which I'll get into later. But this server really is something special. Now, if it's something that sounds good to you, one thing that I do want to say, come in with friends. If you don't, it can be done solely, but it's not made for a solo experience. It really requires you to join one of the major factions, and once doing that, you can form a squad with your friends who are also inside that faction. Joining the Discord for Ashes of Phoenix can actually help you with networking and finding a faction maybe you'd like to join. Each main faction, you can't change the name of those or the squads or anything like that, but having your own squad inside of a faction, you know what's going on. You have, you know, 4, 5 friends, something like that. You want to go adventuring, you're all in your squad, you're good to go. So that's something that I do want to put out there. When you're playing around, you can do this solo, you can have a good time, you can figure some stuff out, there are quests to be done, but you might want to come in with a few of your friends. Another thing that I would really like to stress for people who are new to playing FOnline and do want to get into it, definitely join their Discord like I said before. Whatever server you're interested in, whatever server you plan on playing or that you're currently playing, join their Discord server, find out if they have a website or a forum, and use those. Use those to see what's going on in the game world, use those to see what other players are doing, and use those to find factions that you might want to join. The reason I say that is because you are missing out on a giant experience of FOnline if you do not do stuff like that. Because a lot of the game, like I said, sure, you can go through solo, Ashes of Phoenix not as much as some of the others, but a lot of that experience comes from being in a group, taking on group dungeons, things of that nature, getting loot together, sharing that loot, and that's how you're going to get higher quality items, higher tier items, and be able to maintain those and also walk around the Wasteland safely from other players, as well as the NPCs that may be hostile to you. Because another thing that you need to know going into this, especially with Ashes of Phoenix, it is a full loot drop server. Full risk, full reward. If you're out in the Wasteland and you die, everything that's on you is going to be dropped there until someone grabs it. So you could in turn go back and grab it, but most of the time whatever killed you is going to be taking it. So those are just a few of the little flags that I wanted to throw out there for anybody who is curious. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure to go those routes, and we're of course going to cover those things, and every link you're going to need will be in the description below. The website for FOnline Ashes of Phoenix does a terrific job of helping you install the client and just get right into playing. There are mods that are available for people who want maybe some item highlighters, container highlighters, or even things that can remove the wall for better visibility during PvP. Again, all of these things are going to be listed, and I highly suggest using the player database in the link in the description below, as that will have the listing for mods and things of that nature. It also has a nice beginning player's guide, which will help you get up to speed with how the game kind of works, especially for new players, but it will also kind of guide you on how the game is played. For example, you get experience for looting things. So if you loot a chest and it has some stuff in it, you could get like 20 to 25 experience, depending on whatever's in there. It varies whatever number it is. But you also get experience for finding new map locations on the core map of Phoenix. And this means the core area of Phoenix, if you explore that area, you get 1000 XP every time you reveal a square on your main map. So that's a good way to level up your character if you can survive the dangers of the Phoenix area. Once you build your character and get into the game, you'll start in a sandstorm and need to seek shelter, and it will kind of start the tutorial mission for the game as a whole. It will require you to build an explosive to blow up a door, and also make you get hurt so you have to treat your own injuries. It's just a nice little crash course on how to play the game. I highly suggest studying the hotkeys, which again will be listed in the player database, so that you know that the things that you can do with the keyboard that would take a little bit longer using the UI of the game. Now, it is worth mentioning that the FOnline UI is far superior to the classic Fallout games. It's been cleaned up, things are able to be moved around, and with FOnline, because it's always online, you can open your inventory while moving, you can open your Pip-Boy while moving, all of these kind of things that really help out the fluency of the game. So definitely check out the UI if you're familiar with classic Fallout, but you haven't really tried any FOnline games. You will be in for a surprise when it comes to the ease of the UI when it comes to this engine. After that, you'll be free to kind of go about the sewers. The sewers is kind of the main area for new players. You'd be free to quest around in here, maybe build up your character. In my case, I kind of had to get with my group, so I just immediately joined a faction and went with the group that I needed to go with. But the sewer does offer some fun, interesting quests for new players, and I will probably go through there with another character, and if people are interested, kind of go through the sewers and check it out. Of course, you can come back here as a higher level and do those things as well, but it's just interesting to know that you can go through here, do some stuff, but this is also where you join your main set of factions. They'll all be huddled around a giant fire in the middle. So once you join a faction, that's when kind of the game really starts. You will be moved to whatever faction you chose HQ, and outside that HQ is the faction gate, with a little space of Wasteland in between it. Once you leave that faction gate, you're in the core of Phoenix. Now, around it is the Wasteland. It's kind of untamed, and the game always tries to kind of point you back to the core, where the action's happening. But you are free to roam around the outskirts of Phoenix if you'd like. Once you come out of the gate and you're walking through, you get to actually soak up what this standalone online classic Fallout game has to offer. It's a completely new map, and the art direction is incredible. If you're into the way the old Fallout games looked, the classic Fallout 1 and 2 look of the trimetric buildings and sprites and all those kind of things, these are that turned up to 11. The artistry showcased here is amazing. Whoever builds these maps and puts the time into them, they're really, really, really good. And I just always want to take the time, especially with Ashes of Phoenix, to really point out not only how big the map is and how fun it is to traverse, but how excellent and beautiful it is to look at. It's one of the most breathtaking maps I've seen in this type of engine, and it'll always leave you finding more things that you're like, I didn't even know that would be in the classic Fallout games. Palm trees, the way the docks look, little buildings that they've built from scratch. It all looks so good, and that's one of the biggest charms of this game. But remember that beauty can be deceiving. This game is particularly hard, especially if you're trying to solo it, like I said before. NPCs that travel in packs can easily swarm you. There's bleed damage and fatigue and all sorts of other things that can really kind of catch you off guard if you're not used to those things. But can also be a terrifically fun challenge if you're used to classic Fallout games and you're like, damn, this is different, and I definitely want to check it out. I highly recommend it, because like I said, maybe you are running through Phoenix looting things like I was yesterday, but then a pack of cyber dogs or a gnarly deathclaw catches you off guard, and now your loot that you've been collecting through your entire run is being protected by those things if you try to come back. It's a really fun experience that adds a lot of risk. It makes you feel the choices that you make in the sense of going out, the things that you want to bring. You never know if you're coming back with them. PvP is a whole nother thing that I haven't done a lot of this season, but it has always been phenomenal with this server. It's one of the best, if not the best, PvP servers when it comes to the FOnline engine. The mechanics that they introduce, the way everything looks, it is just stellar. So I highly recommend that you check out the links in the description below. Go join the FOnline Ashes of Phoenix Discord and check it out for yourself. Like I said, every link that you're going to need is below. I highly recommend checking out the database so that you get a good foothold. And again, the Discord is a must. That way you can communicate with people who play the game in case you do have questions. Because even being on my Discord won't help, because maybe a lot of people don't play that. Maybe they just play Fallout 4 or something like that. They don't know. So going to the Discord of people who have been playing FOnline for years is a great way to learn how to get the basics of the game down and have fun for yourself. But that's going to do it for my little shout out video to the server. I just think that people should be playing this. I think it's worth the time to check out. It's free to play. You don't need anything but the client that they have on their site. You just go there, download it, and check it out. I really think a lot of you will enjoy it. And of course, a lot of my roots are tied to FOnline. So I highly recommend this server for sure, especially since it just wiped and it's just starting season 5. I spent hours myself just wandering around Phoenix last night, looting things and kind of soaking in the map, and that alone was a lot of enjoyment. So even if you don't know if you're gonna like it, come in just to do that. They haven't told me to do this. I'm not getting any kind of promotion deal for anything like this. I just really enjoy it. So I want to thank you for checking out this video, and thank you for checking out Ashes of Phoenix if you do. And I want to thank my biggest supporters: Ian Rowley, Popo Hum, Adam Souza, Fireflare, JP Rivera, Zero Soder, Billy Joe Jimbob, Papa Swanson, Primarch Mustard, Daniel Adelano, Marcus Jacobstown, Legendary Angel 94, Spencer Webb, Techie, Ruben Atwood, Phil Starsick, Bill Scott Sheets, and Edgy. Thank you guys so much, and thank you to all my patrons and YouTube channel members. I could not do this without you. I hope to catch you on the next one. It has been Mantis.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die, you gon' touch the sky. You gon' touch the sky, baby girl. Testify. Come up in the spot looking extra fly. For the day you die.